Hello out there. I'd like to appreciate our audience. Your comment and feedback and questions has actually propelled us to go extra mile in this journey of having the right people in the right position in leadership. A few days back, on a conversation with someone, and he asked a question. He said, "Oh, we are praying, we want the right people to be in the position of authority." And I look at him, and we need a change. I said, the change we need begins from you. The change we need begins from you. It is you that will change your mind, change your thinking pattern. Understand that irrespective of the amount of time you spend praying for a change, it will not come, and it will come until you change yourself. Now, recall, as I speak, you are the change we need. Recall, after creation, God created heaven and earth. Genesis chapter 1. In chapter 2, God's hand over the earth to man to take absolute responsibility in whatever that is going on earth. He called Adam to name everything. Since creation, since God handed over this earth to man, he has never withdrawn this right from man. So the change we need is from you. It's not prayer. Adam were not praying to call snake a snake. No, he always say what he wants. So the same thing when you pray, "Oh, I am praying that God will send send good leader to us." The other man is praying, Prosper is praying, everybody are praying. Now, who are you now praying that God should send if you don't want to go? Who am I praying that God should send if I don't want to go? Recall in Psalm 115, scripture says something very profound. It said, "The heavens of the heaven is my place." It said, "The earth I have given to the sons of men." He has given us this place. So like somebody says something, he said, and it's only irresponsible faith to pray without work. Friends, two things involved. Either we are deceiving ourselves by saying we are praying for a change, or we don't even know what prayer is all about. Now, let me say this clearly. Prayer. Precisely on the 10th of April, the Lord, we were having a conversation with the Lord, and he talks about prayer. Lord, what's actually the meaning of prayers? He said prayer is to get inspiration and direction to do what you are doing. It's not that the prayer will do it, but for you to get inspiration and direction to do what you are doing. Another thing prayer does for us is prayer helps us to secure the presence of God, to be acquainted with God and his power, to do that which we want to do. So prayer cannot just do the work alone. It is prayer and participation that get the job done. So as believers, as youths, as Christians, you don't just stay in the front of social media and complain about the state of things. Get involved. Like we say in Real Star Leaders Club, one of our slogans is, "There is no leadership position that is vacant, and all leadership position is vacant." A big thought. Scripture says something very profound. It said, "The scepter shall not depart from Zion, none lawgiver out of our faith until Shiloh come." What is the scepter? The authority. And God is so much interested in those who govern the world. That is why he said clearly in Proverbs 29 verse 2, he said, "When the godly are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the bad people are there, they groan." So he wants you, the righteous, to take over leadership across various sectors. That's why the vision of Real Star is so clear. To see it transform an upright men and women, leaders, being installed in all tiers of government to govern it. There's a lineage for leadership. There's a lineage to provide leadership to the world. Now, let me take you a little back to Romans chapter 10. The Bible says, "It is God's desire that whoever that call upon his name will be saved." Not just only human beings, even nations that call upon him. And how would this nation call upon him that whom they have not had? How would they know that God is interested in governance and leadership who govern the people? Without being told, without ready to hear. Friends, I'm challenging you today. Get involved. Don't always want a situation to say, oh, we are praying. You can't pray enough. I begin to round, or let me take you round close to Hosea chapter 6. You know, Hosea chapter 6, what scripture says. Talking about knowledge. Hosea 6, verse 1 says, come, let us return to the Lord. He's talking to us as a people. Let's return to the Lord. For he himself, but they said, who will heal us? In verse 3 talks about, if we return to the Lord, what we hope to get from him. He said, let us know, let us pursue the knowledge of the Lord in leadership, in governance, in politics, across various sectors. It's not just prayer, friends. It's involvement. Let's seek God's knowledge to govern the people. Don't hang around the internet talking. Don't hang around the neighborhood talking. You are the change we need. You are the leader the Lord wants to use to turn things around. Get involved. As I begin to round up, friends, it is irresponsible faith to say we are praying for a change. Nothing changed except a man changed his perspective, his ideology, his perception, and then. That's why Real Style Leaders Club is out there to encourage you so that you can synergize, so that you begin to change your orientation about God's perspective of leadership, governance. Checking the scripture. God's always been interested in who govern the people, who lead the people. It's only in our contemporary world we begin to see that the way of God governing the people is evil, which is not evil. Please don't forget to like our page, Real Style Leaders Club, our Facebook. Don't forget to, to share our videos. Of course, it might not be you directly need the knowledge of God to govern nation. It might be someone by your side. So when you share it and when the person gets that information, your prayer automatically be answered. But if the person didn't get that information, your prayer is unanswered. Of course, the prayer you have prayed is what brought this knowledge, this information, this video your way. So you could help out and get it to another person. Thank you and God bless you.